All right, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a fantastic show. Ladies, gentlemen, how are we doing today? Doing good?
Good, thank you.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm so happy today. It's a good day, wonderful Tuesday. Happy to have my man, Mr. Mark Freas, on here and Daddy Chino in the house. What's going on, man? This is good. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be a great interview. Our amazing hostess, Kathy Craig. She's brilliant. She always brings it. So it's going to be a good time. Before we jump into that, I want to give you guys some little housekeeping updates to those that are going to be in the chat. You want to know where Pace is? I'm going to tell you where Pace is. As of right now, Pace happens to be in Arizona. However, come September 13th through the 15th, well, actually on the 13th, because Pace only speaks on the 13th, but the Clever Summit is happening. That's going to be in Hollywood, Florida. So if you happen to be in the Florida area, Hollywood specifically, not Hollywood, California, Hollywood, Florida, okay? Hollywood, Florida, Pace is going to be at the Clever Summit. He's going to be speaking, and he's going to be electrifying and amazing as he always is, and that's going to be on September 13th. And then after that, about a week later, Pace is going to be flying over to Texas. So he's going to be in Houston, Texas, and he's going to be speaking at the Hero Capital Raising, let's call it Summit. So it's the Hero Capital Raising Summit. I'm going to have links to both of these events in the chat. If you happen to be in Houston, Texas on September 21st, Pace will be speaking. But if you want to buy tickets to get in, there's a wonderful code we have called PMORBY. I'm also going to put that into the chat for you as well, so that I'll have all the information for you on that. But if you want to know where to go right now to find out more about that, head over to whereispace.com. Okay? But without any further ado, Kathy, I'll let you take it away.
Woohoo! Thanks. Thank you, Derek. First of all, I do want to thank Derek and Taya and Pace and the whole media team. They make all this happen because I, like you, Chino, I'm not that tech savvy. So thank them for doing it. Once again, my name is Kathy Craig. I am in Gator Elite. My day job is I'm an executive director of a Southern California nonprofit. I am also a serial entrepreneur with a commercial construction background, and I'm one of the leaders at the Ventura County JV Meetup Group. So that's all you need to know about me. It's plenty. But now I want to hear about you guys. So, give a little brief intro, and, I'd like to know what you guys were doing before you got into this most amazing community that we're all very blessed to be a part of. So, Mark, fire away.
Okay. Yeah, I am from Northwest Arkansas, from Springdale, Arkansas, actually, up here. Little corner of the country in the Midwest here. I've been in real estate for the last 6 or 7 years. I've been in other mentorships before, and I just, for one reason or another, it didn't seem that it was, good for me, a good fit for me. Other mentorships that I had in the past. I did come across Pace Morby. I did follow him on YouTube for, quite some time. And then I got turned on to Subto, and I joined Subto, and I've been in Subto since early 2021.
That's great. Love it. And before you got into real estate and Subto, what was your previous career?
My previous career was a full-time truck driver.
Perfect. Love it. Love it. Chino, what about you, my friend?
Me, before real estate, I used to bus tables. I used to clean tables for a living. I was a banquet bartender and a banquet server at major hotels here in Las Vegas on the Strip. And that's how I made my money.
Love it. Love it. And what made you join this amazing community?
Oh, it was that one video. It only took one video.
Right.
And I was studying property taxes because there was nothing else to do during the shutdown. It was 2021, almost the end of the shutdown. And I saw a video, this guy talking about property taxes, and he had a guest speaker. A bearded man talked about, I bought this property. I paid $25,000 above asking price. And I got up so quick and I said, that's him. That's my mentor.
I love it. I love it. I think we all felt that way. It was just instant energy, draw, charisma, authenticity, genuine, just caring. And we're all just like, all right, that's our guy. We want him. That's our guy.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So Mark, share with us, what do you want to, what deal do you want to talk about? Share with us how it went, maybe things that you've learned from it that you will, kind of take that going forward. If there's any struggles, how many people in the community were involved, and, just give a little overview.
Yeah. Well, my first deal that I did, it was a there's something in the background. I don't know what it was. It was a low equity on market for 60 plus days that I had found. And it was here in Northwest Arkansas that I did locate.
So it's right in your backyard.
Yeah, sorry, it was freezing up. I didn't know if it was your end or my end.
No worries. Gotta love modern technology. Take your time.
Yeah, the deal was basically in my backyard. It was low equity on market for 60 plus days. I did reach out to the agent, and I did communicate him about using creative finance to help the seller out and help the realtor out. The realtor was fairly brand new in the as an agent. He hasn't been an agent very long. Mm-hmm. So I did talk to him about creative finance. And after talking to him about 30 minutes about creative finance, he said, "I'm going to stop you right there, Mark." He said, "What you're telling me is," he said, "I don't understand none of it." So I had to go back and talk to him some more. I had to go in depth about creative finance, explaining it to him. And after about an hour conversation, he finally understood it. And the realtor agreed that this may be a good fit for the seller.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So
yeah, it's a little confusing if you're not understanding the concept, and it sounds like you did a fantastic job explaining it to them.
Yeah, I did. He went back to the sellers. The sellers had a few concerns and questions, and I was happy to answer them. I did reach out to Arnie Newton in the community. He's in Arkansas as well. I did reach out to Arnie Newton. He did help me with the deal. That's and great. help answer any questions or concerns the seller had.
I love that you go to the community, because we're all stronger together, for sure. We're better, we're stronger, we can learn, we can make more of a direct impact. So it's great that you had that resource and you went out and called them, said, "Help."
Yeah.
Help. So what would you do differently? Like, what would you have done differently? What did you learn from the process, trying to explain to an agent that really doesn't understand the creative concept?
I actually learned a lot on this deal. I learned a lot. There is more ways than just traditional finance to get a deal done. Mm-hmm. Because when I first started out, I thought the only way to get a deal done is cash and cash only. But learning through the community and reaching out and asking for help, there is multiple different ways to structure creative finance. And this deal that we structured is a Subto deal. It was, like I said, a low equity. We gave the sellers cash in pocket at closing.
Wow.
Versus if they would have sold their house traditionally on market, they would have had to pay to sell their house on market.
Yeah, they were underwater.
Yeah.
That's wow. So now not only did you educate a realtor in your area, now you're the white knight coming in on a horse and helping these sellers that, otherwise would have walked away with nothing and owed money. So I love that you did. That's great.
Yeah, exactly. And I have talked to other realtors before as well, and they have asked me to come into their office and speak in front of their whole entire team about like creative finance.
That's sweet. That's great. Because the more educated they are, then the more impact we can all make as a community across the country. So that's cool. So you said you learned a lot of things. What were a couple things that you learned?
I learned that not every deal goes very smoothly at all, and to basically stay in it. because there were a couple of hiccups on this deal. There were some liens that did come back after title ran.
Mhm.
So we did have to communicate that with the realtor and the seller
Mhm.
that, these need to be taken care of until we can proceed any further. So when you're working a deal and it seems like it's going to go smoothly, it might go smoothly. I mean, every deal's different.
Mhm.
But if there's hiccups, work through them and reach out to the community for guidance and help, because if you don't know the answer, someone else will be more than happy to help you through it.
100%. I mean, you have a built-in family between Gator and Subto of 20,000 resources that all they want is to help you and make sure that your deal goes smooth. I love
Yeah.
it. That's fantastic. Well, thank you for sharing that. So Chino, tell me, what do you think? Talk about your deals, what you learned, what obstacles you overcame, and what that did for you and your business.
So this particular deal, I'm looking down because I'm looking at I don't usually look at notes because it throws me off. But I wanted to refer back to it because I know I just listened to my podcast with Justin Timanowski that came out just today, right? That I did with him last month.
Love me some Justin Timanowski.
Yeah, badass leader, like always putting others first. Yeah. So this particular deal, it came through Vegas Power Hour. Vegas Power Hour, yeah. So we've been running Vegas Power Hour for over a year now. Shout out to Pace for joining our 1-year anniversary the day after Owners Club retreat in Scottsdale, Arizona finished.
Wow, that's awesome.
He flew in. Thank you. So our badass acquisition, Abe Orozco, is always on top of everything. So he brought it to my attention. He brought it to the team. I was like, hey, this might be a little bit complicated than usual. I'm like, great, that's complicated is my middle name. So let's take it down.
Let's go.
Yeah. We're only given I don't know exactly how many days. I think less than a week. I'm not too sure. I have my friends that are more detailed than I am when it comes to that. So they know more. But this guy was trying to squeeze more out of it, and it comes to out. He didn't have the time, and then we gave him a solution, right? I know he came out on my podcast with Justin Timanowski, Get Creative Podcast with Pace, that I call it the Gator Chino 0.0.
I love it. I love it. I think that's fantastic.
I'm branding.
You should. Hey, you know what? That's what we do. We brand.
Real quick, ladies and gentlemen. We have Arnie Newton in. Arnie, good to see you, brother. Arnie, say something. Make sure we can hear you. Can Arnie hear us?
He looks
frozen.
He looks frozen.
Yeah.
Okay.
It kind of looks that way.
Wait, no, he's moving. I think. Arnie, can you hear us? I think he's still working on his audio because I want to make sure that we get his Instagram set because we want people in the audience to know how to get in contact with you so that you guys can be harassed heavily after this.
Bring it. Bring on the people.
Yes.
I call it the Pace effect.
Arnie, can you hear us? Arnie, can you? I don't think. I'm going to text him. I'm going to jump back out. You guys continue, and I'll do my thing in the background. Okay?
No worries. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
So you got this deal through the Vegas Power Hour because you guys are a great meetup group. I mean, I see pictures, and you guys are, you guys do a great job. Great job.
Thank you. Credit goes back to Pace, right? Because when he came here to Vegas a couple of days ago, I was telling him, I'm always giving it right back to you, bro, because you've done so much for us. You've done so much for me. You've done so much for the Vegas community, for everyone.
Yeah. Right.
So always giving it right back to the man. So Abe Orozco was the one that brought this deal to the team and I's attention, and then had to take it down as fast as possible, right? I love it when it's very complicated. However, my team hates me for it.
Right? You're like, okay, go figure this out. Let's go.
Yeah. I was like, this is how we're going to do it. We're structure it. Boom, 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 boom. All right, go.
That's right. Ready, set, break. Go.
Yeah, exactly. So what we did, we took over the property straight subject to, and then lease option it back to the seller.
Wow.
So that so he wouldn't be homeless with his family.
Oh, I love that. That's great.
Yeah.
Wow. It's a little complicated there. It's a lot going on.
There's more.
Oh, fantastic. Let's go.
Yeah. So then towards the end, that's when we found out that there was a lease pendants. There was a $300,000 lawsuit. What's up, Taya? Shout out to Taya. Oh my gosh.
We love this.
Taya is such an amazing individual. Like, she's always on top of everything, making sure everything's smooth. She texts me at 3 a.m. She's like, "Good morning, Chino. I hope you're doing well." I'm like, "Yes, I've been awake for 48 hours. I'm doing great."
She's the best. She's the best.
Yeah, she's amazing. She is. So the lawsuit of $300,000 came from a major hotel here in Las Vegas. So it was because the previous homeowner had a contract with that major hotel, and he's doing business with them. Somehow, right, I can't reveal too much because I don't want to get sued.
Totally. That's okay. We can talk in cryptic code. We get it.
Right? Yeah. So apparently the previous homeowner was not performing or didn't do some things. That's how it came about, right? However, like, having a badass team, like, relentless, right? Like, so shout out to Michael Kim, who is my TC, is also my business partner for a TC company that we own together. Tiger, who is my other business partner, he was a private money lender on this deal.
Love me some Tiger. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. And then Gretchen Powers, who is our ESCO officer with Stewart Title. So she's also she's been very good, like, with us, our deals. She's always on top of things. She communicates well, like, to a point where I have her personal number, right? So I can text her at any given moment. I can call her, and she answers.
That's great. That's a power team right there.
Yeah, it is. It's very important, especially when you're tackling something that's not that's very complicated, right? That it has a lot of moving parts. Mm-hmm. So now, what are you going to do? You need to create protection, for yourself and the team, right? So there's a lot of things like, okay, I got to remove myself from this in order to insert myself in this situation, right? And then create another LLC, right, to collect the money. So, like, all of the things, right? So we have to get very creative. That's why I named it Gator Chino Point.
I love it. A lot of moving parts there. A lot of moving parts. I love it. Yep.
Yeah.
It's the Chino method. I love it. No, that's great. I mean, it's all about collaboration. There is no doubt. There is
100%.
Yeah. And then, have you seen, some of the lessons that you learned from this? Have you seen the positive effects of them in recent deals because of just things that you've learned from this complex deal?
1,000%. So it gave the sellers, husband and wife, and then their kid, like a few more months, to live in that property. So they have that long to figure things out, right? And then we're coming to an end now. We're actually just open escrow because now they're performing on their lease option, right? Or they're trying to anyways. So we'll see what's going to happen next.
Got it.
Yeah.
Wow, that is one creative, complicated deal. Well done.
Thank you.
Well,
I couldn't have done it without a team.
I love it. Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I wouldn't want to do it without a team. I love how we all just work together, for sure. I love it.
1,000%. There's two more people that I forgot to mention. So my operator is Christine Gray.
Oh,
Christine Gray is
fantastic.
She's known to be Chino's Molly. She's very, very super smart. She can read in between the lines. If I say something and then others are like going, huh? And then she goes, this is what he means by that.
She's your interpreter.
But yeah, she speaks
liberal interpreter.
Yeah, she speaks Chinonese.
There you go. She's fantastic. I met her at Squad Up, and she's great. Good.
Yeah. And then the other person is Lily. She's my notary agent. Lily ain't got no life. She lives down the street from me, about 4 minutes away. So whenever I need something from her to sign, to notarize, she's on it, right? So that's the kind of team that I have. A team, no life.
Yeah, that's okay. They're still happy. They're productive. You guys, great chemistry. Work well. You have fun. All the stuff. So I think that's great.
Yeah,
fantastic. Yay.
Oh, there's Dave. There's a man right there. He was the one that brought the deal. That guy's a powerhouse. We just got done walking through a property, which is straight subject to $0 to the seller, $0 to the realtor, and $0 to the wholesaler.
Wow.
I got nothing. I don't even know what to say. That is so awesome. So awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. So, Mark, what's next? What are you working on? What's your goals? What are you, what's trying to accomplish? What do you need help with? What are you looking for? All the fun things.
Yeah, I'm actually working on a few leads right now. We are interested in buying some small multifamily, or maybe single family is kind of what we're interested in right now. We are looking for partners to partner with and work with, whether it's, private money partners or private money lenders. We're wanting to build a portfolio of small multifamily, single family properties right now.
That's in your area or where? Local to you, or what states, what regions?
As long as it makes sense, we are open to really anywhere. Arkansas, Florida, Texas, Carolinas, Georgia. If it makes sense, we are really open to really buying anywhere.
That's great. If that maths.
Yeah, exactly. Because I have kind of found my little niche talking to realtors. My wife, she is the backbone to helping me a lot. She takes care of the kids. She takes care of a lot of the stuff in the back that no one really sees. So she takes care of a lot of the paperwork and a lot of everything else. But my wife has told me that I am very good at communicating with people and explaining things in very well depth that they can understand it.
That's great.
So I'm very good at communicating with people and looking and underwriting and seeing if it's a good deal or not.
That's great. Well, and to have a cheerleader cheering for you and, being your integrator per se for life and business, it definitely helps. That's great.
Yeah, exactly.
That is great. And have you found any that you're interested in yet, or you're still treasure hunting?
We're still kind of hunting for them. We've got a few leads in the pipeline right now, but we haven't found anything right now.
Patience, it will all come.
Yeah.
It will come your way, brother. It will come your way.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing in real estate is you got to have a lot of patience sometimes. That's one thing that my wife praises me on is I have a lot of patience.
That's great. I love it because a lot don't, they have FOMO and the shiny objects and and I love that you have patience because you can definitely work with people, be very thoughtful about where they're at and just go on the journey with them and make a really big impact on them.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. All right, Big Daddy Chino, what's up for you next? What are you working on? What's your goals? What does it look like?
Sure. Since we have some audience here, I don't know, I can't see from my end how many people are watching. So future reference to our audience, I have been working relentlessly to help the less fortunate. Since 2017, I've been packing sandwiches and handing them out with bottled water. And just this year, I opened it up to my investor friends so that they can get on this journey with me. It's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey. and I've been helping house the less fortunate for over 3 years now. I have created the 4 stages of housing, which will eventually help solve the homelessness issue nationwide.
I love it.
And I'm also working with heavy hitters in Owners Club. To everyone who doesn't know what Owners Club is, it is a step up from Subto that Pace created himself. So it is a paid, not mentorship, but another step up, level step up of community, where it's a better filtered system with a bunch of people who are much more serious, about, thank you, Nikki. Nikki is one of my partners as well.
I love it.
Yeah. So because of Pace, it's amplified my mission, right? So I'm not just here to make money. I'm not just here for real estate. I'm here to solve that problem, right? So going back to the Owners Club members, I've teamed up with Benjamin Huang, Sabi, shout out to my homies, Bobby and Jen, right? So we're doing a triad right now, which is Boston, Vegas, and Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a triad proof of concept that we're gonna buy business home servicing companies, because when you house the less fortunate, not all of them receive fundings from the government fundings, right? Or housing vouchers or what have you. So a lot of them actually just need a job. Where can they get a job if they've been arrested previously because they've been homeless, right? A lot of, when you become homeless, you get arrested frequently. So that shows up in your record. So when you try to apply for a job, you can be qualified. Well, how are you going to get a house? If you can't, if you can't get a job, right? You can get a job because you need an address. And you need a house, have an address, and you need a job to have an address.
Yeah, it's a vicious cycle.
It is, yeah. So I'm teaming up with these heavy hitters so that we can provide jobs for the less fortunate.
So awesome. Love
And
it.
then copy and paste it, and then go to every major city in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Then, of course, once that proof of concept has been created, my partners don't know this. Hey, guys, if you're watching, I want to give this right back to Pace. So give Pace a percentage ownership, right? Because even though I'm business partners with Pace, and all of us in Owners Club were business partners with Pace, I want to create something of my own, right? And then have that proof of concept with it's already generating income, and then bring Pace in as a business partner, so that I can sleep at night and say he is my legit business partner.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, I'm the executive director of a nonprofit, like I said, in Southern California. So everything that you're doing, I love it. I did a lot of work with veterans for years, and your heart and what you're trying to do for people gives me chills, because it is so amazing and so necessary. And it's just tragic times for a lot of people, and that you're coming in and being supportive there's really no words. I mean, it's really wonderful what you're doing.
Thank you. Now that you mentioned veterans, so I want to reach to as many people as possible, especially if you're a vet. Thank you for your service. Right? I'm not a vet myself. However, how I'm serving the country is serving the vets.
Yes.
And especially the homeless vets or disabled vets, right? Before this live Q&A, I was just on a call with a lady who's been taking care of her dad, and her dad is a vet. If I myself don't do anything for them, they will become homeless. They've been trying. The daughter's been trying to reach to multiple organizations, and every single one of them has said no. So I contacted one of my partners who I own a property with and told them this is a situation. We have to make an exception.
Yeah. It's heartbreaking. It's painful. I have a very strong connection to the disabled veteran community and what they have done for us, because they served us. And now it's our job. And I feel obligated to now serve them as much as I can. And I love what you're doing. They need it.
So I'm gonna, I know we're coming up to the time. I want to take advantage of this to bring awareness. Okay. There's at least 380 registered homeless veterans here in the Valley. And there's only about 20 of them that are getting housed through that housing voucher that they receive through HUD-VASH. HUD-VASH mimics Section 8 model, right? And the reason why the rest are not getting housed is because landlords are looking for 3 times the rent, clean background check, and high credit score.
Yeah.
Right? Well, when you're homeless, even if you're a veteran, right, you go through so much trauma, right? And you're out there. Like, do you know how difficult it is to walk in the heat to try to get to an organization or a building just to get some food or water, to your ID, your social security, right? Trying to set up a bank account. It's very difficult out there. So I want to reach out to the friends who are involved, with the vets, any veteran programs. Please get with me, because I need to house more homeless veterans. I have 4 deals right now that are straight subject to very, very similar scenarios: $0 to the seller, $0 to the realtor, and wholesalers. Right? People are giving me their properties because they know the purpose that I'm going to use the properties for. What I'm looking for are people that have that knowledge that can connect me, with organizations that can help me fill these houses with homeless vets, right? Of course, I'm going to mix them with other, demographics. That way, they can learn how to survive with each other, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're watching, please reach out to me. You can contact me through Instagram or Facebook.
I love that. Thank you so much for doing what you're doing. That's incredible. So what would you, Mark, and then Chino, what would you say to people who are kind of just on the fence about joining the community, unsure? What would you say to them about the community, Mark?
The community has been the community Subto and the whole entire community has been life-changing to me and my family. I was on the fence in the beginning about joining Subto. I had a friend of mine join Subto, and I followed after her and joined Subto myself. I have joined other mentorships before, like I said in the beginning, but Subto is by far, hands down, the best ever community out there in the real estate world. I'm not just saying that. I'm not being paid to say that or anything like that. I mean, hands down, Subto is the best community in the real estate community out here. I can't say good enough things about it. I just got back from Montana, me and my family, spending a day with Pace. We spent a day with Pace out in Montana and got to connect with him and his family and a few others out there. And it's just unbelievable. And in real estate, you have to invest in yourself to grow. And in Subto, the possibilities are endless in Subto in the community.
Amen to that, brother.
In the free group, what is it? Good Creative with Pace Morby, the free group. Yeah, there are plenty of us Subto members in that group. Just reach out and talk to one of us. Reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook. I'm more than happy to talk to you about it. Answer any kind of questions, concerns, worries, anything that you might have. I mean, it's the best decision in my real estate career that I have ever made. And here in Arkansas, I also help host the Northwest Arkansas Subto meetups every month here.
It's great. Love it.
Here in the area. It's
great. It is life-changing. I always say too, this community is cheaper than therapy for me because it's fantastic. I am in the Gator community, but we have the same commonality and bond and just respect for each other and collect all of it. And it's great. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Chino, what would you say to people who are on the fence?
Go with your heart, right? Because I went with my heart. I was following a different mentor before online, right, during COVID, and it didn't feel right. Something was missing. Mm-hmm. And what it was community. So when I stood up and said, that's my mentor, that's him, right away I followed Days on Facebook and then saw a commercial for Clever Summit, which was supposedly the last Clever Summit that Cody Sperber would do, right?
Mhm.
So that was year 2022. So I went to Clever Summit and then I saw a bunch of people with the same hat. And I was like, what is going on? Why are they wearing the same hat?
What
Like,
happened?
I want one, right? And then so Pace came on, right? And then the whole energy in the ballroom just shifted. It was like a wave of energy, just boom, right? And I was like, what is this feeling? And then Pace started crying because he was so grateful that his people showed up for him, right? And homeboy right next to me, I don't know who he was crying. To my left, he was crying. I'm like, everyone's crying. I was crying. I was like, what is going on?
It's true, because we show up for each other in this community, which is so awesome. It's just, it is. You get,
Yeah.
I
So-
love that. That's
Basically, yeah, if you want me to join your community, you're just gonna make me cry. That's all.
that's it. That's it.
No, but seriously, if you're still on the fence of joining the community, I mean, if money is the issue for you, we do have payment plans, right? I don't get paid doing this, right? I know I just posted what I posted, which is if you do join and then use my name as referral, the $800 that I receive as a referral fee goes right back into our Vegas Subto community events, one of which is helping the less fortunate.
Yep.
So I'm
Love
here with a purpose, right? Like what I say on my post, I'm here with a purpose.
Yep.
So I got to use my platform as one of Pace's Vegas Subto leaders to help more people out.
Absolutely.
So if you think that Subto is not the right community for you, don't join it. But if you want to join a community and then make a difference, use my name. Use my name as a reference, right? Join the community and then be involved. Follow me on social media. Look exactly how you know people are genuine is when they post genuine things on their social media.
Yeah.
Not edited videos, right? But genuine things. That's when you know if you're really in the right community. And how I know that Paige was it is because of that. Because when he spoke at Clever Summit, he had his family there. Laura just gave birth. It was a phenomenal event. That was my very first real estate event, and it locked me in. It sold me. I need to be part of this community, and I'm here to make a difference.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And I love that we all are. And that's the commonality, that we are here for a purpose. And that's what life's all about. That's what we got to do. Got to help each other and inspire and motivate and make money along the way, which is not a bad thing, because, the more we make, the more we can give.
Mm-hmm.
Such a significant thing. I love this. Wow. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is great. Yes.
Thank you, Taya.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I love it. Well, I'm looking forward, Chino, to coming to Vegas and, hopping in on one of your power hours for sure.
Oh, we also have our Gator Friendly meetup every second and fourth Wednesdays of the month. So we have multiple meetups. We meet about 8 to 9 times a month. And we're adding more.
I love it. In person is the most effective way to do. We meet every Saturday.
Yeah.
Consistent. We get 40 to 50 people that show up. And that's, we want to do deals with people that we see, we can touch, you can break bread and, you get to know them. And that really makes a big difference. I'm sure, Mark, for your meetups too, it makes a really big difference to show up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does, especially in person. As you can talk, you can network, especially, the people that are brand new in the community in this area. I encourage them to show up and attend because, we are members that are in Subto. We are senior members, but we are more than happy to help newbies, other people that has been in the community a long time. We're more than happy to help out anyone.
Yeah, I love that. I help baby gators whenever I can, and I love it
Yeah.
because Subto I'm not as familiar with, but I'm learning about it, and it's
Okay.
fantastic, all of it. And
Yeah.
what you guys are doing is great. And yeah, I'm with you. I'm an in-person person.
Yeah.
I want
Do,
Oh,
do you
yeah.
guys bring your kids, your significant others, to these meetups?
sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. It just kind of depends. Sometimes we get four-legged friends that show up too, which
Yeah.
we always love those. But yeah, I mean, it's if they want to, they're more than welcome to.
Yeah,
Speakers, and we have educators, and we talk about different facets of real estate and how we can be impactful and help people and collaborate and creatively, very creatively.
I know we gotta go soon. I just want to give a shout out to Laura Morby, Pace's wife.
Amazing.
She's only not Pace's rock. She is the Subto rock. She is the Subto anchor, right? She has allowed us to spend a lot of time with Pace, which is very beneficial for us, the members, and to develop, these genuine friendships, through the best examples that we can have, right? So that's why, like, our meetups here in Vegas, they're very intentional and they're all family friendly.
Yeah.
Like, you have to bring your kids, you have to bring your significant other. Do not leave them behind, because there's a lot of things that that go on in entrepreneurship, right? And it can get very stressful. And the one thing that you need the most is support.
Absolutely.
Not just from other entrepreneurs, but from your immediate family as well.
Absolutely. Because it's confusing to people if they don't understand this culture. And you want your significant other and your kids to really become part of it and understand, what you're doing and what this crazy, amazing, life-changing community has done. And it inspires us to do better, to be better. And it's great that everybody can get on the same page and kind of share that together. It's huge. It's huge.
Yeah.
It is huge. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I'll have to make sure to. I love that you said that to, reinforce that. Hey, guys, bring your peeps. Bring them.
Yes.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Yes. So there's 3 other leaders that host Vegas Power Hour with me and other events, right? Consistently, right? There, of course, there's me. There's Thomas Bouchereau. There's Kristen Gray, and there's Bethany Everly. All 3 of them, they have human kids. I'm the only one that have fur babies, right? But I'm always reminding everyone, bring your kids.
Yeah.
Bring your significant other,
Yeah.
because it is important to get them involved.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they can learn, and they can learn strategies and business, and that sometimes you don't learn in school, and you get real life entrepreneurial, capitalistic excitement, go giving overall experience, which is fantastic. You become very well rounded that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really,
Yeah.
really important to do, because we are a community to the nth degree, for sure. This is the definition of community, is this community.
Yep. 1,000%.
I
Oh, yeah.
love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, hey, there he is.
What's up, Derek?
What's going on, family? Yeah, you guys are talking. I'm like, I want to jump in. No, yeah, man. The community is outrageous, and I always tell this story. Some people who are in the chat now, like, oh, here he goes again. But I just have to tell the story, man. So I'm a nerd, right? I'm a geek. My collar's all buttoned up to the top, right? And so, we're listening to Pace quite often when he's in the office, and he's telling us to, hey, when you get a chance, hey, go over to a meetup. You may learn a thing or two. Because the more we know about the industry, the better we can express what we're doing on the social media side of things and all that, right? And so from my position, I was kind of like, okay, I'm good at what I do. And this gentleman by the name of Pace Murphy, who I happen to work for now, I mean, sure, he's pretty popular and good at what he does, I guess. This is when I first started working for Pace. And so I would look at his videos, and I'm like, wait, is that a grown man crying? But Pace is talking, but there are men crying. This is Chino, you made me think about this. And so I'm like, wow, I'm like, it can't be that serious. Like, what's going on here? Is this a cult? I mean, so I was just wilding out, right? And so I was blessed to go to Squad Up this past April. And when I got there and I walked in and saw all the people and I'm shaking, high-fiving people, it was great. I'm like, wow, this is interesting. But when that momentum lasted the duration till 3 a.m. every day.
That part.
That was us too. Yep. Oh yeah.
It was like, and then I'm getting off the elevator at 3 a.m. to go grab a bite, and there are people around the bar talking about deals with all the energy they had at breakfast. I'm like, what is going on with these people, right? So,
Right,
yeah.
that was us, big boy, right?
Yeah. And so I was like, oh my God, I owe Pace an apology. I gotta apologize to this guy, because when he tells myself and some of my coworkers, you know, guys, when you get around our community, you will understand why I can't sleep at night. Why I, like Chino, you talked about Laura, like why my wife is like the greatest human being on earth to allow me to be out here and give 100% of myself all the time. And so being there and watching the individuals, here's what I took away from it, you all. This was magnificent. I saw a rainbow of people, all shapes, sizes, colors. It didn't matter. It felt like a family reunion, and absolute strangers were walking up to me trying to help me make money in real estate. They had no idea who I was. I was just in the building. I was like, okay, this is actually an example of what utopia would be, you know? And so, you know, for those listening in the chat, if you're on the fence and you're curious, well, is it the type of community that they're saying it is? Trust me, it's bigger than anything we can express to you or articulate. It's really that amazing. There are so many people that by day 2, I was hugging and kissing on people and laughing and talking. And, you know, you go to these network meetings and you try to network. And if you are kind of bashful and don't want to talk to people and you're kind of shy, that don't matter. They will walk up on you. You will download the Blink app right in front of them. They will give you their contact information. Do you remember that? Like, hey, you need Blink. Download it now. You need my contact. And they will call people over. This is Derek. Hey, meet this guy. He's amazing. I'm like,
Derek, I still don't have Blink.
You don't have Blink, Chino?
No, I don't Blink. You know why?
Why is that?
Because it's not intentional.
Got you.
Think about it, right? There's thousands and thousands of people that you meet every month when you go to these events.
Sure.
How the heck do you remember? Even though there's a thing on that Blink card, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so what I do is I make them, or I do it, right? Either or. I make sure that the other person texts me their full name, a selfie, and where we met and what we talked about.
Okay, see, that's nice.
That's smart. Yeah.
Actually, I came up with that idea back in our mastermind with Pace in November 2022, because everyone had Blink except for me and a couple people.
Everybody had it. I didn't even have it, you know. Right. True story, brother. You're right. Yeah, it was like Blink. What? I mean, oh my God, I'm supposed to be Mr. Social Media. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. But yeah, I do now. Yeah, it's almost embarrassing if you don't have it now. But yeah, the community is amazing. You know, whenever we do these interviews, our amazing hosts like Kathy and we have Kimberly and Jason, you know, when the question is asked, you know, if people are on the fence, right, what would you say to them? And I think all of you guys and some of the women that are on here say the best things, you know, but I really don't think that it can be put into words. I don't think we should stop asking that question, but I just don't think it can be put into words, because when you walk, I remember being at Squad Up. This really happened several times, but this one example, I saw a young lady and she looked lost. Okay. And she was standing there and she was looking around and there was so much synergy happening, literally footsteps away from her. Everybody was doing their thing. And it seemed as though everyone knew each other. So I walked to her and I'm like, hey, you lost? And she smiled. I smiled. And she was like, well, I know I need to be getting contacts. What's your name? And she saw my badge and we talked. I said, you know what? From where you're standing, it looks like everyone knows each other's first name, doesn't it? She was like, yeah, like, where do I get in? I said, come with me. So we walked over. This is a true story. I didn't know 90% of the people that were there, but I'm a people person. So we walked over to a random group of women and I said, ladies, excuse me. This is, and I looked at her badge, said her name. I said, she needs to get plugged in. they clobbered this woman.
Yep.
Okay, like
Like piranhas, like a bunch of piranhas.
bro, they were like,
yeah.
oh my god! They grabbed her and was talking to her, and she was like, wow. So then I turned to speak to a colleague, maybe 5 minutes. I turned back around. The young woman who was Miss Shy, she's holding a conversation with 5 and 6 people, and the blink action is happening, and they're asking about deals. And I was like, this is unbelievable. I'm telling you, when it comes down to the idea of price, Subto, Gator, whatever the product is, in my opinion, for what the cost is, we're all stealing from Pace.
Yep, exactly. Bro, oh my God, say less. Yeah,
we're stealing because that investment, you're gonna make that back 10 times over because the community is gonna hold you accountable.
One deal.
So
it's one deal.
Yeah,
that's it.
Amazing.
And
It's amazing.
It's so hard to describe to someone about this community when it's a feeling, and it's very hard to articulate a feeling.
Kathy. Exactly.
And it's just like I don't know how to describe it. It's an overwhelming sense of joy and appreciation and gratitude. And there aren't enough adjectives to properly articulate it. They're just aren't.
It's really amazing. It's really amazing. You guys are fantastic. I'll leave you guys with this. At Squad Up, I had the privilege of being in the back, the whole green room with all the celebrities and the Grant Cardones and the Pace Murphys and whatnot. And sometimes when someone gets on stage and they have this aura, this charisma, this brilliance about them, like Pace has, you can sometimes forget they're human. I mean, they're human, but the man doesn't sleep almost. He drinks water and he can go 1,000 days, right? You kind of separate him from his humanity. But I'm in the back, I'm in the green room. Okay, this happened. And I'm watching him. He's looking at the screen, and I asked Pace, I said, Pace, do you get nervous? He looked at me, he said, did I look nervous on stage? I said, oh, no. I said, no. I'm just curious because, I think if I was up there in front of 2,000 people, it would be bothersome probably. And so he told me his secret. And I told people this before, what his secret was to get on stage and talk in front of all of you as though he's in his living room. Okay. His secret is, he said, Derek, I don't eat anything before I get on stage. I said, really? He said, I don't eat. He said, because I did this before, I ate and it didn't end up well. so I'm human. I can get nervous, but he said, I pour into the people because they're family and I love them. And I said, so how do you walk off the stage and just randomly start choosing people to talk to? And then their cat name, the dog's name, you saw the ultrasound of the baby and she's sitting way in the back and you knew her granddad's name who died 40 years ago. Like, bro, how are you putting this together? What is that about? He looked at me and just started laughing. He said, I don't know, man. I just love it. And so that makes you say, okay, this is real. This guy just loves, man. So it's wonderful. So thank you both for being guests. You guys are amazing. Mark, you're going to continue to kill it, brother. Chino, oh my God, you got a fan club in the chat room, bro. Like, oh my God, man. This is so good, man. It's big time. And Kathy, you're an amazing host. Such an amazing host.
Guys. I appreciate you. It's so great to talk to you guys as well. You guys were a pleasure.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Yeah,
thank you. And everyone in the chat, get a hold of Mark and Chino. Their Instagram is right there on the screen. Harass them, talk to them.
Please.
And do deals with these guys. These guys are making it happen. So you guys are amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. Take care, everybody.
See you guys Subto family night tonight.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
First. Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Bye.